What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, checking out the brand new Dragunity level 6 Synchro monster that just got revealed. It is, of course, coming out in Cybernetic Horizon. So much Dragunity support. This seems to pretty much be the epitome of a retro set. Man, so much Dragunity stuff in here. Can't forget about Demise. We got Neospatians coming down. The Cyber Dragon stuff has been very popular. So, yeah, if you're a collector or you're an old head from a different era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you really miss those archetypes, this seems to be the set for you because Konami is really pumping out a lot of legacy support in this set. Maybe it actually seems to be the selling point of this set so far is kind of like the Cyber Dragon and the Demise stuff. But this is a card that I really had high expectations for. I thought that this was going to be, considering we already got a new tuner revealed and we already got a new boss monster, the level 10 Dragunity Knight Askelin revealed, I thought that this was going to be like another great utility card. I thought it was going to give Dragunities an ability that they didn't have before, maybe like a card that can, you know, get rid of back row or something like that. I thought that this was going to be an effect, something new for Dragunities, and oh my goodness, Konami completely ruined this card with one single word. It is so baffling. I think this is the most confusing card in the entire set so far because I don't understand why they did it, and when I actually break the card down, you guys will understand why. So this is Dragunity Knight Harloon. It is a level 6 Wind Dragon Synchro Tuner. Oh my goodness. That right there, why is this card a tuner? It doesn't make any sense for a level 6 Dragunity Synchro to be a tuner. Anyways, when we get to the effects, you'll get why. It has 1200 attack and 1900 defense. I'm perfectly fine with the attack being terrible. Like, I don't care about the stats of like the level 6 Dragunity monsters because generally like Vajrayana has just been a placeholder. Like when you summon the level 6 Dragunity synchros, they're generally not long for this world. They don't stay on the field very long. Either you're going to synchro up into a level 8 like Omega or maybe Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, or in the case of like Gaydur, you're going to send like Zephyros to the graveyard. You're going to bounce your Dragon's Ravine to your hand and summon Zephyros. You're going to pop off with like the Heretic Atum, and you're just, or Atum, and you're just going to pop off and do a lot of wombo combos, and that monster is not going to be on the field that long, so I don't really mind that the stats are pretty bad, but it's fine. Now, the synchro materials are a Dragunity tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. That's fine. That's basically the same as like the other guys. The first and second effects are hard ones per turns. Effect number 1, if this card is special summoned, you can target one Dragunity monster in your graveyard. Equip that monster to this card, so that's basically the same thing as Vajrayana. The second effect had so much potential, but again, ruined. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Dragunity monster you control. Equip this card to that monster as an equipped spell. With this effect, that monster gains 1000 attack and defense. Okay, so I feel like the obvious with Dragunity Knight Harloon is obvious to anyone with eyes, anyone who has played Dragunities, anyone who has ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! For God's sakes. The fact that this card is inexplicably a tuner for no adequately explained reason doesn't make sense under any capacity. It literally ruins all the basic synergy that this card should have, because when you look at its first effect on paper, it's almost identical to Dragunity Knight Vajrayana, like the best level 6 synchro that Dragunity have. In fact, before I realized that this card was a tuner, I actually thought that it was going to power creep Vajrayana. I was like, wow, it's basically just Vajrayana, but a much better version, because you can make Askelin with it with Dragunity Coups, and your Askelin's going to be like 4300 attack, which is legitimate, but you lose all of that synergy. You know, you can get Phalanx back from the graveyard, you can get Dragunity Coups from the graveyard, but what exactly are you doing with them? You unequip them, and then you have 2 tuners on the field, so you can't fucking synchro with this card, unless there's some weird play that is probably incredibly convoluted. Like, people are gonna say, oh, Cap G, but it's a needle fiber target. Oh wow, great, needle fiber, a card that we don't even have in the TCG and will probably be banned before the end of this year. Wow, I'm going to play this because of Crystron Needle Fiber. Like, that doesn't make any actual sense. I don't understand why this card is a tuner. They had incredibly easy plays that Konami could have set up with this card. The key one would be summon Dragunity Coups and go into Askelin, have a 4300 attack behemoth on the field ready to KO your opponent, but they just stripped that away. Like, why did Dragunity need a synchro tuner? And I do understand that you can put the non-Dragunity tuner monsters as equip cards on this card, but my question would be, like, what the fuck is the point of that? Like, you're just gonna equip the Dragunity ducks from the graveyard onto this card and then just like pass turn, because the non-tuners in Dragunity don't special summon themselves. Only like Kus and Phalanx, the actual tuners, do that. So you're going to equip it with a non-tuner, and then your play is just gonna basically stop. And it's like, well, that was significantly shittier than, I don't know, you know, making something like an Omega or a Crystal Wing the basic basic, you know, meat and potatoes of like the Dragunity deck. I don't understand why they did that with this card, but I don't know. I think that they kind of ruined it. And yeah, there may be a couple of like crazy wombo combos that you pull off once every 15 duels with Crystron Needlefiber or other like terrible cards that probably don't work all that well a lot of times with Dragunity. But I just feel like this card, they made it way harder to actually use than it should have been by just making it a tuner for no real reason. But maybe you guys disagree. If you do, that's fine. Leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell. Very, very disappointed with this card.